Hi Stampers, this is AtYourServiss with o2bstamping.com, and I am excited to show you a technique that I just learned where you can use your framelits to actually emboss on your cardstock. So I wanted to show you this technique, and so I'm going to bring in, I think you can see that pretty well. See the embossing here, done with a framelit, so I'm going to show you how. So I'm going to bring in this piece of Blushing Bride and a framelit from the Rose Garden Thinlits die. You zoom out just a little bit so this fits in the screen a little bit better. And then I'm going to make the following sandwich for my Big Shot. So I've got the Big Shot platform and a cutting pad, and then we're going to put down a piece. This actually is a silicone craft sheet, but you can use anything that has like a thick rubber to it, something sort of squishy. And then our cardstock, and then the framelit. This direction here. Oh, I think we're going to put it about right there. That should work. Okay, then I'm going to take another cutting pad and I'm going to go over the top of it. Now you might be screaming at the camera about right now, no, if you're putting the cutting edge down on your Thinlit, it's going to cut through your rubber mat, but it actually is not. So it's just going to give an impression into the Blushing Bride cardstock, but it's not going to cut through that rubber piece because it is rubber, it is spongy and givable. That's exactly what's going to happen. Now I could almost tell as I rolled this through the Big Shot that there was not enough pressure on here to create the effect that I want. I'm going to peek at it so that you can see, if this happens to you, what to do. So you can see in here the impression isn't very good, and so I'm going to actually put that framelit right back where it was. I actually, if I had been doing this, wouldn't have actually removed it, because you can kind of tell if there's not enough pressure, you're going to be able to tell that. And then I'm going to actually take just a piece of thin cardboard and use it as a shim. Place this back over the top and go back into the Big Shot again. Now let's look at the difference that the shim made. Look at that, quite a difference. Pretty cool, isn't it? Oops, sorry. Am I making you dizzy? So sorry. Okay, there we go. That's a pretty good shot. So you can see exactly what that looks like using that framelit for an embossing folder. So next, what we want to do is to decorate the card. So what I did, bring that back in so you can see it. What I used to make the cake is this framelit set, along with this cake Sorry stamp set. That's what that looks like. It's two box set. And then as well I used the Sweet Cake Framelits dies. That's what these are here. So I pre-stamped the pieces that I want to put in there, and then I started actually to color some of them, so I wouldn't be doing all of that while we were sitting here watching, but I wanted to go and show you what I did. So I took the light pink Pirouette stamping blends, and I used actually the right tip, and I just simply colored over the areas that I wanted to be pink. And I just colored them all the exact same color using this light pink pirouette. So all of these started out looking just like that one. Do I need to zoom in a little bit? Oh yeah, that would be much better. Let's get this in here. Okay. Actually, we'll even come in just a bit closer. Okay, so the flower that I was coloring just then is this one here. Okay, then I'm going to come back in with the dark pink pirouette, and I'm just going to highlight this one. I'm going to highlight it in the center. Now you can leave it like that actually, or you can bring in the light one again and go over the whole image, and it will blend it. Blend the two of them together. Hopefully you can see that. Oh, I'm working in a close-up. I forget to look up at the camera. Okay, so that's all I did. I just went back in with the darker, added some highlights. Oh, lighter, sorry. And just go over where you've already colored, and they will blend together. Just saw a little piece that I missed there on the leaves. So let me show you again with the dark old olive. So what I've got so far is just light. That's all I've used. If I wanted to go back in and just add some dark specks here and there on my leaves, I could do that. Maybe I could put a shadow on the one side of this one, and then go back in with your light to shade it. And then I left a little bit of the coloring as well on the little berries here. Gonna make them a little bit darker. This one I'm using is light Calypso Coral. And that's as easy as it is. Okay, so then these are the colors that I used: the light and dark pink pirouette, the light and dark old olive, and then the light Calypso Coral. Excuse me for reaching across the camera. Okay, now what I want to do is take my framelit set and my big shot again, but this time I'm going to be using a different sandwich. Alright, so with this sandwich we're going to be using a cutting pad, the cardstock with the images on it, and then also a small piece of old olive that I'm going to use to make the leaves here. And I'm actually bringing in a different framelit. This one is from the Petals and More Thinlits die. Really pretty. Cuts out some really pretty leaf accents. Okay, and I think that's everything that I need. So I'll run this through. Oh, no it's not. I'm sleeping, so sorry. Okay, so then we also need to cut this. And we need to cut out the flower. Let's see. Oh, there we go. All right, be right back. Okay, so I am back from the big shot, and I've actually cut all of the pieces that we need to finish creating this card. So I'm going to start with the cake. We're going to simply add it. That gets lost in the black background, sorry. I'm going to use the Tombow multi-purpose glue. Apply here. Some dimensionals on the back of that. And actually I'm going to go ahead and put this on before. Just a little cake stand. I'm going to put glue on the front part of it and actually attach it here. There we go. And then I can take these off. Okay, and right down on the card. Okay, then well, let's do this part first. So these are the two little leaves that I got out of the Petals and More Framelits dies. There. And then if you wanted to add a greeting, you could do so in this upper corner. I'm actually going to leave that off because this piece of cardstock, I'm realizing, is smaller than my original. Yeah, by just a little bit. Don't know how that happened. It's not very important. I'm okay with that, but it doesn't really now have room where I would have originally put the greeting. So I'm just going to play this by ear. We're going to add this to a black background. Okay. I needed a little contrast. I couldn't see. So there, that's much better. First I thought I had cut them both same sizes, the same size rather, the Blushing Bride and the black, but we're good now. And this can probably use a little mini glue dot, which I don't have in this room with me, so I'm just going to make my own. I'll just slide that under there. Much better. Okay, now I want to put it on the card front. This is where I want to see. Okay, not sure how the measurement got off on that, but I'm happy with this one. So we're just going to go ahead and add some Tombow glue. And I'm using a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock for my card base. And I got it a little bit crooked. Please forgive me on that one. Not extra thick, sorry. Whisper White thick cardstock. There we go. And then, like I said, now this greeting is going to be too big now because the Blushing Bride was a little smaller, so I'll have to go back and redesign something that will go in there and look just as pretty. Can also add a little line of pearls along here. Let me show you another card that I did using that same technique and the pearls. So you can see the little design here, and this design is out of the Petals and More. No, I'm sorry. Is that right? Yes, Petals and More Framelits die, that particular Framelit. Really like the way that came out. And so you can also use this idea where you're taking the little pearls and coloring them with your stamping blends, and then you can add a line of them right along here. It would be really pretty. So I hope you enjoyed that technique, and I hope you'll get your Framelits out and look at them in a whole new way and see what kind of background, embossed background, you can create with them. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, I hope you'll leave me a thumbs up and come back and visit me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like to get notified when I post a new video, and stop by and visit me on my blog at o2bstampin.com. Thanks so much for stopping by.